What's up everyone, once again my name is Men and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode we placed the 3 pearls on the respective pedestals, and this giant structure of a dungeon appeared in front of us, so let's head on inside and start, wait for it, the Tower of the Gods. Oh man, just look at this place. I really love the theme of the Tower of the Gods. It really does look like something that was created to test a hero's courage or something like that. Plus, you do get one of my favorite items in this temple, so I might be a little biased in that regard. This temple overall isn't that hard. I believe it's technically only 4 floors large, and wow, that is a great camera angle. We're seeing inside Link's head for the first time ever. But, it's 4 floors, and as for collectibles besides, like, the compass and the map, there's only 2 small keys and 2 treasure charts we need to look out for. And of course, you know, the temple item. But other than that, there's really not much else going on here. It's just sort of like a giant labyrinth that you gotta go through. And honestly, it's pretty dang fun. So we can't actually do anything until this water goes back down. But once it does, we can pick up one of these boxes and drop it on this switch, which causes the Rainbow Road to appear. Yay! Unfortunately for Link, he can't drive, so we're gonna have to walk across. And of course, when the water rises, it sort of knocks away your box and lowers the bridge. But that does bring up a good point. It would be kind of cool if, like, Nintendo made, like, a generic kart racer, like, using all of their characters. Like, I know they have Mario Kart, but, like, imagine if they had Mario Kart and then added, like, all the characters from the new Smash Bros. Game. That'd be pretty cool, right? Of course, it would kind of ruin Mario Kart, so they probably won't do that, but hey, you know, if Nintendo ever wants to take my idea, I'll gladly sell them the rights for it. Anyways, placing the pillar in its little, like, pedestal lowers the gate leading to the next area. It's worth mentioning that, you don't actually have to, like, do it the way that I'm doing it. You could go a few different ways right at the start. There's a little area directly right of where you enter the dungeon that you could go to. It's right over there, actually. Then to the left, there's another area you could go into, but usually the way I play it is I just go directly to the back and then work my way around. It doesn't really matter which way you do it because you can't really leave this first floor until you pretty much finish everything there is to do down here. There is, like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 things we will have to come back for after we get the item from this temple, but let's not worry about those now. Instead, let's worry about the puzzle in this room, which I really don't like the puzzle in this room. I've had bad experiences with the puzzle in this room. Like, it's really, really simple. All you have to do is pretty much line up the 4 boxes in the middle and then bring a lit Deku stick to the other side and light the other torches. But for whatever reason, I usually always have trouble, like, jumping across these platforms. And it's not even hard because all you have to do is, like, hold the forward button and it does it automatically. But for whatever reason, I just screw it up. So I'm going to try my hardest not to do it this time. Not to mention, they don't give you too much time to jump across, so you kind of want to have the torch lit already and then be in position. So let's see if I can do this. See? There we go. Not that hard. My gosh, I don't know why. Maybe I was, like, rushing whenever I was trying to do it, like, on my personal file and stuff like that. But whatever. Inside this chest we have one of the 2 small keys in this dungeon, so already halfway there in that regard. And oh my gosh, yellow chews. I'm not sure if we've seen a yellow chew or not before, but they basically work the same as the blue chews that we've seen before. So they're electrified, so you don't want to touch them. When you kill them, they have a chance of dropping either a green or a red chew jelly, so you can get both from them, which is kind of cool, I guess. But other than that, they're just regular chews, and they're pretty dang annoying. I'm going to try and sneak into this room before the water goes up, hopefully, because I believe we will get one of the standard temple items in here. Oh, looks like we just made it because there's the water. Yeah, I think if we bomb through this wall, we will get the map, and I have 0 bombs. Well, that's an issue. We do actually need bombs on this floor too, because we can't progress through the dungeon if we don't have bombs, so I really hope this chew drops some bombs. Please? Seriously, a rupee? Alright, I saw a little alcove with some pots in it, so if there's not bombs in there, we can't complete this dungeon. Let's hope for the best. Oh my gosh, thank you. 5 bombs. That's probably enough. Plus, if we need them again, we can probably find them in like a pot or an enemy drop before we actually do need them. So I think we're doing alright. And gosh dang, I need to stop rolling into the boxes, especially when I need them. Alright, let's just pull this one back. And inside that alcove that we just blew open should be a generic temple item. So, actually, you know what? Real quick, I'm going to break all these pots and see if we can get anything special. More bombs. I'll take them. Anyways, inside this chest, we have... Wait for it. The dungeon map. Sweet. Now, I think that's the only important thing in this room, but there's 2 more cracked walls. And I want to be safe, so I'm going to take out all of these yellow chews. That way they just don't get in my way. And then we'll see what's behind those walls. And hey, look, more bombs. I like how they're giving them out to us now like crazy. Even though we really don't need them anymore, but whatever. I wonder if I could throw a bomb over there. Of course, it would help if I could stop pressing the Deku Leaf button. My gosh, that is one thing that I will say about the Wii U Pro Controller. The button layout is a little bit weird, at least for me. Maybe because I'm used to using like an Xbox 360 pad, because that's what I use on my PC all the time, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. I guess it's more of a personal thing anyways. Let's drop a bomb over here. Actually, I wonder if that's close enough to blow up both of those cracked walls. Oh wow, it actually did it. Sweet. And there is nothing here. Fantastic. So that was like a giant waste of time. Oh no, there's another yellow chew jelly. That was totally worth it. What was in that other alcove? I didn't really get a good look, but I'm assuming it was nothing but pots. But I just want to double check. Yep, completely worthless, unless one of these pots contains like a ton of rupees. But I doubt it does. Oh no, there's a joy pendant, guys. Never mind, that was totally worth it now. Oh man, what would I do without that single extra joy pendant? Boy, am I glad I went through all that just to get it. Actually, you know what? It probably isn't a bad thing that we did that, because prior to entering that room, we had 0 bombs, and without bombs, well, we couldn't access the left side of this room because we wouldn't be able to blow up these walls. So I guess technically it is a good thing that I did my normal path and we spent some extra time in that room stockpiling bombs. Anyway, what you want to do on the left is make your way towards the top door. I believe the bottom one is locked. And although we do have a small key, I don't want to go through there just yet. Instead, let's head through the top door, because check it out. There's a chest up here, but it's guarded by a fire bubble. Wait a second, hang on. I think this fire bubble is glitched, because it made the sound like it was extinguished, but it's still on fire. It's not supposed to be like, when you blow it with the Deku Leaf, it's supposed to go out, so I guess that was a glitch. Alright. I'm gonna grab my chest now. That was really weird. I've never seen that happen before. Like, that's pretty crazy. Anyways, we have the compass, so there's both of the standard temple items. That giant eye behind us is important, but we can't do anything about it right now, so we'll come back for that a little bit later. It is kind of a hint at what the item from this temple is. Of course, if you played it already, you already know what it is, but it's one of my favorite items. I think there is actually a hidden chest that you can get if you light these 2 torches on fire, but I don't think it's anything too important. Might as well pick it up while we're here though, because it only takes like 2 seconds. And who knows, it might be something cool. It's probably just rupees or a joy pendant though, so I'm not going to expect anything too spectacular from it. Well, let's find out. And it's a joy pendant. Predictable. Alright. You know what, Chew? I'm gonna let you live. Alright, so I'm just gonna go through this door and just ignore you. However, these Chews I will not ignore because we need to kill them all. But I can't do that while the water is raised, so I guess we'll swim around a little bit. I mean, I'm sure Link loves swimming. Who doesn't? Alright, here we go. Now we can start killing these guys. Just try and not let them like get you in like a stun lock, because that's happened to me before, where they just constantly jump on you like this, and you can't attack them anymore. My gosh, stop it! I really hate the yellow chews like so much, guys. You have no idea. Especially when there's a ton of them. And there's actually like an area in the game where there's like an entire circle of yellow chews. It's the most annoying thing on the planet. And we do have to do that eventually, but that's not going to be for a long time. Anyways, I kind of wanted Link to be in the cutscene there. He was just off screen, it looks like. Oh well. But yeah, killing all the chews makes the rainbow staircase appear. But now we gotta wait for the water to go back down before we can bring this statue to its little pedestal. That is kind of an annoying thing about this temple, is that you constantly have to wait for the water to rise up and lower before you can actually like progress a little bit. But it doesn't take too long, and that mechanic is only in the first floor of this dungeon, so it's not too bad. Let's just drop this in here and bam shambalam. Check it out. He stopped throwing up water, and now I have access to a whole new area. Isn't that exciting? You know what? Screw going back to the King of Red Lions. We don't need him. We can actually access that area all by ourselves. So we'll just go and wait by the entrance, and hopefully the water raises before we drown, because that'll be embarrassing if it doesn't. So please, water, be nice to me. Ah, thank you very much. You done good, water. You done good. Alright. Now, this is the more interesting part of the dungeon, if you ask me. Right in the center of this room, we got ourselves a BMO, I believe. It's either a BMO or a BMOS. Doesn't really matter. Basically, what you want to do here is, grab all of these statues and bring them to the other side without getting caught by the BMO. If it does catch you, the BMOs in this game, they're kind of jerks, because if they hit you, they don't just hit you once. They'll go and hit you multiple times, because they keep their laser like focused on you, so when Link gets up and, you know, he's not invincible anymore, they just hit you again. So it's kind of annoying, and you have like a really small window of time to get like out of their laser beam. So just as a general rule of thumb, you probably don't want to get hit by them. There's a platform over there, but don't worry about that now. We might come back for that later on. Instead, go right through here and check it out. This room is kind of interesting. There's a bunch of different paths we can go down, but only one of them is actually open up to us right now. So looks like we're going this way. And, oh wait, can I make this? Ah, dang it. I was a little too slow. I swear you can make that, though. I've done it before. You can, like, Indiana Jones it and just, like, roll a jump at the very last second and grab onto it. It's really cool, but whatever. Down there's another one of those. You can actually see Link looking at it, which is kind of cool that they sort of added a feature in the game where if you're passing by a secret, Link will sort of look at it, sort of alerting the player to the secret. Kind of cool. Anyways, what you want to do here is not pull out your boomerang. Instead, press ZR, because that'll call this little statue down from his pedestal. If you read the rocket, basically tells you the same thing as that, so we're not even going to bother. When you call these guys, basically they will just follow you around, but you got to be really slow when they're following you, because these guys are dumb. Like, they're dumb as rocks, I guess you could say. That was a really bad joke. Anyways, if you just like run through that entire thing, they'll pretty much just like go to a straight line to you, which would result in them falling down this pit, so you don't want to do that. When you can carry them, though, I do suggest doing that, because it's just a lot safer and a lot quicker than having them follow you through the entire dungeon. It would just take way too much time. Plus, in certain areas like this, you actually do need to carry them. But once you bring them back to the main room, they become self-aware, and they do what they want. And now, they're going to take over the world. And by that, I mean just go on this little pedestal over here, because that's all they want to do in life, I guess. Anyways, that guy will cause this fancy looking song sheet to appear. So, if we go up there now, we can learn a brand new Wind Waker song, which we haven't learned in a very long time. So, let's see what we get. Fairly simple tune. We'll actually be using this one a lot in the future, so it's best that you memorize it now. And with that, we've learned the command melody. You can use this to take control of inanimate objects like these statues, what she's telling us about right now, or in the future, we'll actually be able to take control of other characters, which is kind of cool because those other characters have like unique abilities that you can also control. So it's kind of a interesting game mechanic. It's not that cool right now, but trust me, later on it gets pretty dang awesome. Now in this room, you can use your grappling hook to grapple across, and honestly I think that's the recommended way, but I find it's a lot faster to just use your Deku Leaf, so that's the way I normally do it. However, in this room, we do need our grapple hook, so let me go and get that real quick. That way we can grapple across to the other side and get that statue. Although we still have to figure out how we're going to get the statue back to the other side because, well, the statue can't use a grappling hook. That'd just be absurd. So let's just call him down from there. And what you want to do now is plop Link over on this button because that'll cause this rainbow bridge to appear, and then if you pull out your Wind Waker and play the command melody, we can take control of this statue. Ooh, and it turns a nice green color. And then of course we just hobble him over this bridge. And now we can return to Link. It's a fairly simple concept, honestly. It's kind of cool, though. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but like I said, it'll get better later on. Now, let's just swing across, and haha, jumped right over him. Cool. Alright, well, let's start bringing this guy back to the main room, although I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy because, well, there's no platforms for him, so I guess we'll just set him down. Okay, come on. Really? I guess we'll just set him down on this button, which opens up the door to our right. Get out of here, fire bubble. No one likes... See, that's what's supposed to happen. See, they're supposed to extinguish and then fall to the ground. That one worked perfectly fine. Anyways, let's head through here. And oh no. You know when the screen fades to black, it's gonna be a big deal. And check it out. We have our first encounter with a Dark Nut. Now you'll notice that Dark Nuts are actually wearing Knight's Crests as belts, so you can use your grappling hook to sort of take them from them. Although they have armor on right now, so what you want to do is pretty much parry one of their attacks and then get behind them and cut these strings on their armor. After that, you can use your boomerang to knock them out and then grappling hook the Knight's Crest off of them. Of course, you could just defeat them and there will be a chance they will drop a Knight's Crest, but honestly, I usually always use the boomerang because I like to make sure I can get the Knight's Crest from them because it is kind of important. And plus, we will actually be getting all 10 Knight's Crests very soon. There's an area upcoming in the game where there are a ton of these Dark Nuts. So we can probably collect all 10 of the Knight's Crests in that one area. But now that we've defeated that Dark Nut, we got ourselves a very fancy looking chest. What's in here? Nothing good at all. Alright, cool. Ooh, actually, wait, before we open that chest, one cool thing that you can do with the Dark Nut Sword is break these giant pillars, and sometimes you'll get like a ton of rupees, or just 1 rupee. Other times you can get like hearts or other drops like that, but usually you get like a lot of rupees from this, so... Alright, 2 rupees. Never mind. Way to make me look like a liar, game. I swear you can get a ton of rupees from that later on in the game, though. I'm not lying. Anyways, we got ourselves a hero's bow. One of my favorite items in this game. It is so much fun. You start off with 30 arrows, which honestly isn't a lot considering the boss of this temple, but there are upgrades for that later on, and we'll probably get a few of them. Now, obviously what you want to do with the arrows is shoot the giant eye. So, let's just do it and see how bad my aim is. Oh wow, I actually got it. Alright, not too shabby. If you're playing with the Wii U gamepad, you can actually use the gyro controls to aim, and honestly, they're not half bad. Like, I've done it on my personal playthrough. It works out pretty well. It's a lot better than the Pro Controller because the Pro Controller, it uses the left thumbstick to aim, and you have to press the button again to fire. So you have to like hold it really, really awkwardly with your hands to both aim and then fire. Like, it's really bad button placement. I don't know why they chose to do it that way, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. It's not too bad because if you like Z-target an enemy, it'll automatically lock onto it. So there's only a few instances in the game where you really have to like aim manually, but it is kind of a minor inconvenience. Now that we got the hero's bow though, it is worth mentioning that we could start backtracking and going back to those other areas where we saw those giant eyes and getting those secrets. So we might do that, but for now, it looks like this statue is going to open up the door to the next area. But we are kind of late into this episode, so you know what? I'm going to call it here. If you enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.